Man, talk about production hell that has not been talked about much. Spider-Man Brand New Day. Now, first off, let's recap the supposed production problems this movie has been having. So apparently, the movie was supposed to be Spider-Man and Charlie Cox's Daredevil teaming up to fight Kingpin. Like, this would come from the events of Daredevil Born Again, which I didn't really like. And then Sony wanted it to be a multiverse movie because No Way Home was such a big hit, and so with the multiverse stuff, Marvel and Disney, because they thought it was already well done in No Way Home, they decided, you know what, we're just gonna give you some characters for Spider-Man to team up with, because supposedly they're in the contract for Spider-Man and the MCU. Every Spider-Man MCU outing has to have at least one non-Spider-Man character teaming up with him. So that's unfortunately why we can't have a standalone Tom Holland movie. That's why Tony Stark, Iron Man, was in Spider-Man Homecoming. That's why Nick Fury was in Far From Home. And that's why Doctor Strange was in No Way Home. So Brand New Day is supposedly gonna have the Hulk. Now we'll get to the Hulk in a bit. So yeah, and also there's been a couple of strange rumors of the villain. Apparently they wanted the villain to be a girl at some point. Apparently, Mr. Negative is now in talks to be the villain, which I think Mr. Negative wouldn't be a bad choice. I mean, granted, I haven't read his comic series yet that he first appeared in because he's more of a newer character. I'm more of a retro kind of guy. But if they adapt his story from the Spider-Man video game, so I don't know if that's entirely comic accurate, like he's the owner of a homeless shelter, yet this whole time he's an evil monster. You know, if they do that wolf in sheep's clothing kind of story, like, I think that'd be good, you know? Oh, like, I think that'd make him a pretty effective villain. And also the special effects you could do with a concept like Mr. Negative. And then Scorpion is finally gonna return. A little too late, I must say. Then apparently Boomerang is gonna be in this movie. Fun fact, Boomerang started out as a Hulk villain. Which leads us into Hulk always Hulk. So this recent rumor, and it was actually rumored months ago, that that Spider-Man Brand New Day was going to include the return of the Savage Hulk. Now, look, I'm actually all down for this because I love the Hulk as a character. I've seen some people speculate that he's going to be the villain of the movie, which I hope not. That's a stupid idea. I know the Hulk is savage, but come on. That's just still stupid. You can have a big-ass fucking fight scene, but have them team up at the end. Alright, but yeah, I would love for this to happen, because I love the Hulk as a character in both the comics and the MCU. Such a shame that he never got his own movie after The Incredible Hulk. Like, honestly, if I were Disney and Marvel, like, after Spider-Man Homecoming, like, we should have just had talks with, Universal to make a Hulk sequel movie, and we should just suck it up that they're going to distribute the movie anyway. And I think it was also kind of foolish on Universal's part, getting a little bit off topic here, to just full-on hand over the Hulk film rights to Marvel while Universal can distribute them. Like, it's like they didn't even think this was going to happen at one point, and plus, it's not like they're going to make a Hulk movie anyway. And plus, they realistically cannot sell the rights, Universal, because if they do, and Disney makes a movie, it's just gonna be a huge sum of money being down the draino, alright? But yeah, trust me, if Universal were making their own Hulk and Namor movies by now, we probably would have gotten a fucking Atuma movie. That would be awesome. I would pay bucks for It's Atuman time. Oh boy. But yeah, I definitely hope to see a fight scene between, if Boomerang is going to be in the movie, a fight between the Hulk and Boomerang. So, what a lot of people are also speculating, which I think would make a good plot point on paper, but not really because of how it's portrayed. So in the comics, after the Civil War storyline, the Savage Hulk, after Peter Parker wipes out everyone's memory, after Mephisto wipes out everyone's memory on who Spider-Man really is after the events of Civil War, the Hulk is the only one who remembers because Bruce Banner's mind was wiped, but Savage Hulk was not. All right, and I think that's a good story on paper, but you realistically cannot do that in the MCU because because like both the Hulk and Spider-Man never interacted with each other in the MCU. So what the fuck are you gonna do there? But yeah. So, speaking of crossovers, you saw by the thumbnail, it is also rumored that the Punisher, played by Jon Bernthal, is going to be in this movie. And I wouldn't be shocked if he's cut from the movie because Kevin Feige has realized all the homework, quote unquote, the MCU has turned into. And yeah, it's definitely a valid point. And plus, but I would still love to see him regardless because I think Spider-Man does really well, and that's what makes him a great character in the comics. He goes from dark to edgy, and well, not dark to edgy. I'm sorry about that. He goes from dark to lighthearted. Like he's basically a lighthearted character who has his down moments, and that's why I think Punisher would be perfect for this movie. And plus, like if they do a recreation of Punisher's first appearance, which is what you're seeing right now, all right, if they pay tribute to that in the movie and they show and like they make a poster which is reminiscent of the Punisher's first appearance, all right, I'd be so happy. I buy that poster and hang it on my wall day one. I'll fucking frame it for crying out loud. Like MCU Spider-Man design and Jon Bernthal's Punisher. All right, you don't need to give him the jacket though. But anyway, so yeah, I think Spider-Man does a good job playing off sad moments, which I've read the post Death of Gwen Stacy. That's just amazing. And of course, Kraven's Last Hunt. So yeah, folks. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll see you all later. Bye. Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot to mention this. Okay, last minute edit. I hope the Hulk is in CGI the whole fucking movie. Because I cannot stand Mark Ruffalo as a person. I cannot. He's annoying as fuck. Another actor-vist, quote unquote. Damn.